Hey, welcome to the channel. We got a Onewheel XR here. We got a treaded Hoosier on it right now. Got this Whisper 6 from Flight Fins. Gonna throw it on there and see how it does. We're gonna start off with taking the foot pads off, taking the bumpers off, and let's get to it. Got a 1/8 inch Allen. Four bolts on top. Flip it over, and you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on each bumper to take off. Also 1/8 inch Allen. And once you take all these off, make sure you hold foot pad, because that's all 6 of them there. Foot pad comes off. Flip it back over. There's a connector in here. Lefty loosey, righty tighty. Comes off. You've got 2 bolts here, 1 and 2, to take the bumper completely off. Slide your wire tray protector out. Now you got access to all your wires. We're going to take off this large clipped wire here. White tab, pull it back, squeeze. I need a flat-headed screwdriver for this one. Squeeze and then go around it, prying the connector off, just like that. A little bit more. There it is. Take it completely out. Then we'll also be taking off this one along with this one. Pretty simple, straightforward. And you got your wire clips, Phillips head screwdriver, Phillips head screwdriver. Take those out. Put your screws back in so you don't lose your screw. One on each side. Actually, there's 2 on this side here. Screw back in. another one here. Free battery. Set those aside. Now, 1/4 inch Allens on your hub bolts. Break those loose. Alright, once you get the hub bolts out, you can pry up on the rails and that'll release the tire. There's a wire here that's in the hub. Pull it out and you can set the board aside. So now you've got your motor, tire, wheel. Alright, easiest way to do it. Mark your left and your right, or just your right. So we'll put a mark on the right side so we can remember which way to put it back together. Now comes the fun part. You're going to take your valve stem cap off. I'm going to use this Armadillo's red to seal the new tire, and it comes with a valve stem tool. Insert your valve stem tool in there, lefty loosey, pull the valve stem out. There's already some Armadillo's black in here. Now you're going to want to break your beads. So rolling just like this and pushing down like that to break your bead. On your first side, flip it over, doing the same process to break your bead on this side. Just like that. Now your wheel is different on one side. There's only a small bead right here. On this side, there's a curvature for your tire to set in when you're taking it off. So we're going to pull it up from this side that has that notch. I'm going to use this screwdriver. Go down in here, pull the wheel tire off the wheel from around it and up onto the wheel. Working my way around. Easier to use too. All you want to do is just get this tire on top of this wheel. Just like that. Now, this notch is going to come in handy because half of your tire is going to sit in the notch while you pull the other half out. And push it down like that and just roll it out. So now, got your tire off. You got armadillos everywhere. That's good stuff, good stuff. Alright, now we're back. Got a clean wheel. Got all the armadillos off. I'm gonna take some grease. Get some grease on here. Get nice and good coat on it. On the inside of that lip, that tire. On both sides. Now, you're working from the top down, still having this notch on the top. We mark our left and right on the wheel, left side, right side. So since I would ride normal, this tire is directional. Got a rotation arrow here showing you which direction it rotates. So we're gonna have it down just like this, and you simply just push the tire on just like that. From the inside it's easier. Now this side is a little bit more difficult. You're gonna start one side and then try and rotate that tire in there. Always helps to use your body. Now you got your tire on your wheel, and it's time for air. Leave the valve stem out whenever you're putting air in it to set these beads. It's a lot easier. You can get more volume in there. Pop the beads pretty quick. Get some grease on here. Get nice and good coat on it. On the inside of that lip, that tire. Now we're going to set the bead on the wheel. Remember, no valve stem inside the tire. There's one bead pop, 30 psi. And there's the second bead pop. Now you can got my armadillos red. I'm gonna go ahead and fill her up. There she goes. Alright, got my armadillos in there now. Now we're going to put the valve stem back in. And then take your little valve stem tool that comes with it and tighten her on down. Good and tight. Now we're going to air the tire back up. Now the valve stem's in there. .22 psi. That step is now done. Alright, now we got your tire on there. Put your valve stem cap back on there. Wipe off the residual armadillos that got splattered everywhere. This red stuff's really nice. It'll show you exactly where it's leaking, just in case it can't plug it and you have to plug it with a tire plug. Alright, now when you mount the tire back in there, wire side down. So your wire is going to be on the bottom of your hub bolts. But while we're here, might as well and check the tightness of your hub bolts. And those hub bolts are a 5mm Allen. All these are pretty tight. Yep, they are still tight. So we're good there. So now we're gonna work on putting this back in. So left, right. Motor's wires are on your left. Nothing on your right except your wire trays on the bottom. Same thing as before. Starting on the right side. Go ahead and slide it on. Put your wire back into your wire tray on the bottom. Now slide your rails back down on the wheel. Alright, get your outer hub bolts. Blue Loctite. Apply some Loctite to your outer hub bolts. Not too much, as the hub is aluminum. Okay. Now, 1/4 inch Allen, and you're gonna, might be easier if you do this from the side though. Put your board up on the side. Line your holes up to your hub, starting by hand. Leave them loose, just enough threads to catch. Alright, now flip your board over. Same thing on this side. Leave them loose. Just like so. Now you can take your ratchet, tighten down. Flip it over. Same thing on this side. Tighten your hub bolts down. Last one. And now your tire and wheel is on the board. And here's our rotation, pointing forward, riding normal. Alright, now you're going to hook up all your wires again. Now these wires here correspond to your wire color. Your foot pad wire is yellow, so there's a yellow lock nut on your foot pad sensor. Black wire, black lock nut on your wheel sensor. There's only one way it can go on. You have a notch on top. That other notch is on top down below. So put it on, tighten that lock, and it's there. Try to pull it out. If you can pull it out, it's not right. If you can't pull it out, you're good. Now, these two connectors have locking clips here. So once you have your connector put in, like so, you hear a click right there, then lock your connector in, push it all the way forward. Same thing with here, we've already heard a click here. Lock your connector in, try to pull it off, can't pull it off, it's good. Okay, next with reassembly, you'll need your bumper. By the way, these float plates are the best. By the way, these bang bumpers are amazing. So you want to go ahead and start your top Allen heads here and here for your bumper. Oh, we almost forgot something. Wire tray cover has got to go up underneath your bumper. So take your wire tray cover here. It's got to come up from below, just like this, solid side down. Come in here just like this, and you might have to push your wires out of the way just a tad, like that and like that, but make sure they are in. Like that one was out. Now it's in the rail, good to go. Now we can put our bumpers back on. And just like I said, start your Allens on top first to get your alignment, just like this. Might help if I use the Allen key. You can snug them up by hand. And flip your board over. And same thing with all 6 of your bottom bolts. Oh, just 4. Forgot about the foot pad. Foot pad's not on yet. Just these 4. Okay. Flip it over. Now, put your foot pad back on. Same thing here. Yellow wire, yellow nut. There's your little notch on your connector. Put your notch up, just like so. That slides in, and rotate the nut on the end. Until it locks in, just like that. Try to pull it out. It won't come out. You're good. Alright. Now, hold your foot pad up. Turn your board over. Put your 2 foot pad bolts in this side. I'm having to do it this way because I have flight fins on the upper bolts, so it's just easier to do the bottom ones first to get your alignment. Okay, flip it over. Then you'll have 2 bolts here, 1 and 2. I'm going to go ahead and put my flight fins back on. Oh, almost was riding goofy. Wouldn't that be goofy? Alright, now that your top bolts are in, you can go ahead and tighten down the bottom bolts. Just snug them up, you don't want them too tight. Just like that. Same thing with the top bolts. Snug them up. Snug. And you won't have these other two unless you have fenders or whatnot. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my other flat fins on there. Start them by hand, as always. And then you can snug them up. Just like that. Now you've got a new tire on your one-wheel XR. Oh, you need to put your wire protectors back in, which is kind of a difficult task to show, but they go the same way that you took them out. They just go in between the rails, just like that. And push it on it until you can see the threads. Put your screw back in. That side's done. Now we'll go to this side. Same thing here. In between the rail, push it on. Screw in, tighten her on down. And one more. Push it in. And tighten her on down. And now, your Onewheel XR has been put together goofy. How in the world? Alright, now that we're swapping it around like it's supposed to be, now your Onewheel XR has a new tire. Now your Onewheel XR has a new tire. Subscribe, like, share. Want to do more videos like this? Thanks. Peace.